Well, to dissect some of these issues, we have a legal practitioner here in our Lagos studio, Mr. Evan Tufeli. Thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
And via telephone, the Chief Press Secretary to INEC Chairman, Mr. Rotimi Ekami, joins us as well. We'd like to thank you, and we know that you are en route when I spoke to you earlier today. So we'll just ask you these few questions now. And this is following the court disqualifying the Bayelsa APC Deputy Governorship candidate. In this situation, will the governorship candidate of the APC contest the election in Bayelsa State as it stands?
Thank you for having me. We heard that there was a court judgment. As you may well know, we are all in Lokoja, where we attended the stakeholders meeting with the political parties. So nobody has seen a copy of the judgment yet. So we are waiting to get a copy. We will be back in Abuja later today. We will get a copy of the judgment and study exactly what the judgment says before taking action. But like you rightly said, if the judgment is valid and if there is appeal against the judgment, anything that affects a deputy governorship candidate will affect the governorship candidate.
When you say anything that affects the deputy governorship candidate, I mean, the Federal High Court, based on what we know, has said that he's disqualified. Does that mean that affects the governorship candidate?
Well, it's a joint ticket, but I don't want to be tempted to make a definite statement until we have seen the judgment. But if the judgment affects the deputy governorship candidate, because it is a joint ticket, it will automatically affect the governorship candidate.
Okay. Well, we would like to thank you as we get a lawyer. Thank you so much. We must let you go now since you are en route. Thank you very much, Chief Press Secretary to the INEC Chairman. You've heard what he said. Do you agree with that situation?
I don't agree because the qualification of the governorship candidate of APC in Bayelsa State is not in question. It is a qualification of the deputy governor, which runs contrary to the Electoral Act. Okay, if you look at Section 35, Subsection 5 and 6, where you have false information in the form GC 001, where they said the names he provided were not the same with the names he bears and all that. And this discrepancy is a violation of the provisions of the law, even though the Constitution have made it clear that whoever wants to contest for governorship election must have a deputy, must come with a running mate.
Exactly.
You understand? The issue is that the nullification of the deputy cannot affect. It can't.
But are you saying that should he become governor, and that's the APC candidate for Bayelsa, can he rule Bayelsa without the deputy governor?
Well, if that argument that it is a party that contests election,
yes,
and not
the
candidate, if that argument is anything to go by, it will mean that the party can nominate someone. But even if that is done, okay, the time within which the name of that party is supposed to be submitted to INEC for the purpose of the election has already lapsed. So, I mean, we're going to be faced with a situation where perhaps we will need to invoke the doctrine of necessity, because I see a political and legal lacuna, because the Constitution never envisaged, the Electoral Act never envisaged this kind of position. So this will be subjected to legal scrutiny, and then the appropriate authority will come up with a viable solution to the problem. But the way the law is, as presently constituted, the time within which his name is supposed to be submitted, as regards INEC own pattern, has already lapsed. And then the other part of it is that the court have disqualified him. So there is really a vacuum here, and that vacuum must come under serious legal scrutiny.
Someone gave the example of a husband and wife relationship, how biblically they're probably inseparable, but then they still are separable. But do you see this case getting up to the Supreme Court? This is also seeing as the Justice Ekwo, the Federal High Court, upheld the arguments of the PDP that he had so many different names, looking at his first even certificate, different from his master's degree and his, WAEC names as well. And seeing as this is also someone who is a serving senator, so he has presented this certificate for running for roles.
All over and over again. But you know, there's a provision in the Electoral Act that says that where you submit your form, that form, CF001, and that form is under oath. Is under oath. The law says that anybody can go to court, okay, approach the court to determine the correctness of the form, whether the candidate in question have lied on oath. So here, the PDP is in court to that effect. And so if he has submitted it all over again and nobody has gone to court to challenge it, it means that he has escaped liability up until now that somebody has gone to court. And now that somebody is in court, the court must interpret the position of the law. And the court have done so. So the options open to him now is to go upstairs. That is to go to the appeal court and exhaust his option. And at the end of the day, we'll now know where really this will take him to.
We'll see how things play out in the coming days. We appreciate your time, Evan Suferi. Thank you for joining us, and to all our guests and you, our viewers, thank you for watching. I'm Millicent Nwaka. We'll continue the discussion about social media. I'll see you soon.